Uncensored time again. What you say? We out the You don't know.
Yo, massive wag warning! And you know, say NegusThaGreat pon them again. Duh, what they are so with first run, you know? Yeah, man, we first run pon this, you know, uncensored reasoning. What they are so for talk about any and everything. There's no limitations as to what we want to talk about. You see, we want to get everything I know so we can touch every type of topic possible and kind of stir the brain. What I say? Stir the brain. I'm not talk on meal. Whoa! Push, gosh! No, people. I have something right here so we're vital. I'm wanting to answer the question if I'm it. Do you think casual sex is the cause for lack of marriages in today's society? You see me? And you see a problem with having casual sex? As man, when you look down for a woman, if a woman just you under the punana and answer. As woman, when you look down for a man, if them decide say oh, them are going to sleep around with a bag of woman, you see me? What do you think? You see today, I go through a one short video, you see it? Yeah man, I kind of touch some finer points and give my little input and hear what the G them say. You don't know say Steve Harvey attack still, you see it, and them man there, him sim for the woman them still, but as a man, but let's go try to be non-biased and go through. Anyways, let's start. Can you see it? I go someone take on the energy right about now. Start.
Do you think easy accessibility to casual sex has anything to do with the decline in marriage rate amongst younger people?
Well, you know what, Steve? I don't think that social media having more accessibility to it makes you more of a hoe. I don't think you scroll and then all of a sudden something hits you and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna just sleep with everybody on the set.
True.
Steve, one of the reasons divorce is down is because marriage is down. You know, people don't get married, they don't get divorced, right? And the young people, Nina, you're right, except for the fact that young people have seen catastrophes in marriage, they don't trust it. Their families have been broken, they were hurt by that as kids, and they're like, I have nothing to do with that. But they still end up living together, having babies together, they just don't get married so often.
I see that about it now. That's one thing, you know. You see it, the G just touch a topic I may have to pretty deep because we've seen so much, like as millennials, as Gen Z is coming up and so on, we've seen so much for parents, for grandparents, you see it. Most of them they unhappy in their marriages. Most of them in their marriages for how long I end up I get divorced, it no work out. And that really push me for I wonder like it makes sense in a real life. Like tell me it makes sense. You go to someone say you go get married as a man, the first thing you will look for, a woman basically own everything where you have. Once you're married her, even if I just common law marriage, she live with you for 5 years or more. Just know say everything where you have a fair one. If she go court, the system basically depends on fair side. You go look upon that and see that as something where hold you down. You get me? Because in some of these cases, a woman just come, them don't know how hard you work to get your thing, and them just come in a relationship. And them not really contribute nothing much, and them expect say, oh, boom, you gonna give them half of your thing, or you gonna give them everything. Look upon being him on the angel situation. And this is just my humble opinion. You see it. Not saying anything that I'm saying is facts, but just a share points. But look upon the G thing. G have to give up everything to her though. It's just that say oh, he's the bigger man. He not allow that to affect the relationship what them have because them have a child together. You get what me I say, and don't get me wrong, I know what going behind closed doors might be the G could have fuck up wicked, whatever, I wanna know. But me just a share. You see me? And a woman for commit herself to a man and try build a man. And then this man turn around and style her and think after she commit the whole of her life or most of her life. Like, we have to be realistic. It rough. It damn blood clot rough. So when I go on like say it not rough, you see it. But the reality is that's part of life at the end of the day still, you know. We just decide whether or not we want to get into it. But I could pick up pace. Hear what I say.
When you refer to cheap sex, are we also talking about what's free and available to everybody on the internet? Because everybody's in this adventure stage in the younger generation, so they're exploring and they're quite busy and they're having less human connection and spending more time to what's available, which is, you know, encouraging them to delay the actual challenge of a human connection or relationship.
That's what.
Yo. I never want to interrupt too much, you know, but solid! Yo, she touch a blood point while ago, but me have to stop on a Pree. Like, she freeze me in my tracks. Like, we really don't have such an in-depth emotional connection towards each other as people. We're so caught up with the fakeness in our life. We're so caught up with the celebrity type of lifestyle. Everybody a hunt money. You see me? woman a run down money, man a use money for get sex. Cause reality, woman want a man with money. If you don't have money, woman not look for you. And when you realize say you have money, money give you power. You realize if you have money, every girl want to touch you. Every girl want to knock you. Every girl want to squeeze you like clothespin. Or reverse that, every girl want you squeeze them like clothespin your side. So what that show yourself? Everybody caught up in this temperamental phase where them just a pre vanity. No human connection and no openness in the day again. You see it? I pray that thing that day, I tell you man, no joke, but I just part of life. As we say again though, just one of the 8 wonders or mysteries of the world. But my feel say something that we need to really work on, because the society I go down the drain, yo. You see, we can't allow social media to basically take over our social life. You get what I say? The man them all tell you, social media, you see it. Them make you know straight say how it come for replace socializing. Like gone are the days when youths used to run up and down and play outside. You get me? Watch one Chronics video. Chronics cause some man have the youth them in the house and the youth them a play football upon them phone. The G have to take the man them phone from them and bring them out the door for them play live football, actual game. Like me I say, yo, it's serious. And the same thing spill over in the relationship world, you get me? Cause nowadays we don't really have no time for get to know nobody and open up to nobody. It's such a transactional type of thing. It's such fast paced. You see, we just want to say, yo, I get satisfied and we don't really care about nobody else. And if everybody prays, so then it can't work. That's why you have so much, you see it heartbreak and so much. You see lack of trust, if you want to say that. You see because nobody no really have the connection with nobody again. Nobody no real be your fakeness of around. You see nobody no willing to try, to get to know you, to grow with you, to be real to you. You get me? If it now work, make a man know say it now work. If it now work, make a woman know say it now work. Move on. We're adults, we can get over it. You see, but the realness just not there. But make a pick up pace.
One of the reasons why the sex is so casual, because there's no connection.
We used to have to show up with roses.
Yeah.
We used to have to actually put on deodorant. You know, to go out on a date.
We still want that. I will still show up
So
for roses,
there's a
please.
different social standard that I think helps move the needle.
I think you're right in a way, because I do think that as casual as relationships are becoming, because you can just Tinder someone and say, I'm down the street, yeah, I'll meet you out. Yeah. There is no like gravitas to having and wooing a
Nah, yo! And a bus right now for all of my people, I don't even know what that mean. You hear mama say, there's no gravitas. I should put a little emphasis on it, for sure. You say, yeah man, my intellectual now. Fuck, what do you know? All I know, man, I feel like someone can't come match up my intellect. All I know, man, I want to come step up to the plate, just circle, take a back seat, what? I'm going to pick up pace outside.
partner anymore. And it's maybe not so much the fact that like it's cheap sex, but I think all the rules of like dating and you know being chivalrous have gone out the window. So maybe people are like, I'm not gonna marry that guy.
I just don't like.
Yo, Jano, mama, you touch a solid point. You don't even know where you touch while ago. You see it? Like we're being realistic right about now. Seeing people, like when it comes to the whole relationship construct, right? Man don't really have no time for the chivalrous thing. Society has always told men that it's the onus is on us to pursue the woman, pursue the relationship. We're always the one pushing, we're always the one going and trying to get. And the reality is that shit get tiring after a while. You get what I say? Like you constantly have push and then you go through so much fucking rejection upon rejection. Like that gets very tiring after a while. You see it. You reach a point and then a lot of women, and don't get me wrong, it's not a bashing thing, I have some shagged up men out there as well, but we just a talk as to why I think most relationships not really work again, and this casual dating thing just take over the scene. You see it, marriages and them thing that cut out. But you go someone, you get all a cat, you know, and she not rate you, she use your thing and she abuse your kindness, and then towards you allow that to affect you emotionally. You get me? You go out there and you start abuse the next cat, you know, actually mean you could. And then it's a never ending cycle, a vicious cycle. So that chivalrous thing there and, you know, gentleman type of thing then really makes sense. Everyone start Pree for themselves now and I say, oh, since women want to change or want to no longer accept these traditional roles and values set by society, Why should us as men be held down by these traditional values that society has set in place? That's unfair. That's unfair in every sense of the word. And I'm speaking from a biased perspective right now, while at the same time trying to somewhat keep it unbiased. You see, that's a big contradiction or somewhat of an oxymoron to say, you see, but we have to be realistic, yo. You get what I say? You can agree for disagree if you want. You see, it always open to discourse, and you can drop in the comment section. We want to think for the points on the matter. You get what I say? We just have a conversation. You see it? But yeah, that's my point, and the onus has never been on women to be the ones to pursue. Most women find it hard to propose, like if a woman for go down on her knee and propose to a man right now, she blow it out of proportion. Like she hate it. She go say, oh, I'm not a man. The man role is him supposed to do this. But then if me tell you say the woman supposed to cook and clean, you go tell me say, oh, no. You right, they say I put labels on a woman, and you try to say a woman can't do what a man can do. I never say a woman can't do what a man can do. Of course she can. But the reality is men and women are built different. We're not equal, but we're not above each other. It's more equity over equality. And equity in the sense that we both have different roles to play, but none of our roles are better than or above the other. You see it, both roles come together hand in hand for build something great, for build a foundation. You see it. When you say equal, it's like you try to tell me say, oh, man and woman are the same thing. So if me get up and me go look a woman, you as a woman can go look a woman too. You get me? Because a woman wear boxers, you want to come wear boxers too. You get me? I say, yeah, basically I tell me say anything a man can do, a woman can do it, and I disagree with that. There are certain things where there is a thin line, there is a boundary there. There's not really a boundary there. You get me? Like for example, work. When it comes to education and anything of the mind, of course, a woman can do the same friggin' thing where a man do. Woman just as intelligent as man. You see it, I'm not afraid to say this, if not better or more intelligent, because women think more, not critically, but more creatively than men. So women can actually outthink men in terms of creativity and coming up with different concepts and so on, but men are more critical thinkers, we're more analytical in our way of thinking. You see it? One of them type of thing, but that's just my point still. Anyways, kind of talk too long, so I could jump back to it.
That I don't like the idea where it feels like it's up to the woman to make you be a gentleman. Like, oh, that should be ingrained in you just as things are ingrained in us. And I feel like there's a lot of pressure on the woman.
That's true. Two things have happened. In order to get...
Yo, before me even... Jado start. Before me even make Steve Harvey talk, I can feel the G just come on with that energy right here now. Like the man I get ready for simp on the woman them side and say something negative about the man them. Yo, me a Pree the brother, you know. From the first time I watched the show, the way name, act like a woman, think like a man. I say it go. I think I say it go. You see, the first time I watched the show there, I see the G book and the context of the show, and then I go to research and find out that the book is an actual thing, and the dog have this 90-day rule and beer thing. Yo, I pray that G are different, me I say I have it. But they retain up right and they sell out the fellas them, man. God no. We have to put it on a back burner. We have to drop in all the fire, put it on the stake, my G, right and you come in like a witch. Evil. But yo, I could hear what the God says still.
Easy access to sex. We got to get it from somebody.
What?
Yes,
So now, if you easy and accessible, that's it. So your standards have been lowered as a whole. But the reason women's standards have been lowered is because men have deceived you. You have been deceived and you have been put, we done head faked you to death.
I never ever want to stop it, people, I see, but I just stop it to say, I told you so. I told you so. It's a sad reality, but would you know, say, G, I go to this, but all of my man them out there, and keep strong, you see it. All of my woman them out there, loving us still.
To where now, you've lowered yourself just so you can say you with somebody. Because like he said, you used to have to get some flowers and go, and women still would love to have that. But now, that's not a requirement. It's swiping right, swiping left. It's you have no contact. You standing there texting each other. Until the standards are put back in place, we gonna keep stepping over your little 2-foot-high fence. Because if that's all the gate you got guarding your yard, we gonna step over the 2-foot fence and we're gonna play in your grass.
You know,
Me have to clear my throat for that one day, or no joke, but honestly, I overstand where Steve Harvey are coming from, people. I'm not growing a corner see there or nothing, 'cause the reality is that at the end of the day, the values, the roles have been switched. Not switched, but they have been drastically changed. You see me? Yeah, man, the expectations are now currently different than they were back then. When it comes to relationships and you see it, communion and all of them little things, you get me? Like, if you really stop and think about it, but then a man that really have to go out time way for like proof to a woman say, yo, you are the one in a Mariette and all of them things. Nowadays, it's as easy as, oh, John, where you drive? You have money in your pocket, whatever, like, what do you have to offer me? But what me disagree with now, you know, so we have to talk on that massive, you see it? One voice, alright, done talk. But me I say, yo, so I disagree with what Steve Harvey is saying when he says that men have deceived women, right? I highly disagree with that. And this might come off somewhat biased, but I honestly think me I talk from more of a, naturally my perspective, a more subjective perspective. So yeah, it's somewhat biased. But at the same time, I think may I encapsulate the reality of what is, you know what me I say, is it? But I don't think men have deceived women in any sense. If anything, I think women have deceived themselves through media, social media, watching a lot of these celebrity television and you see celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Nicki Minaj, what's your name, yeah? Cardi B and all of these people. Cardi B come out and say, I don't cook, I don't clean, none of them thing, and then woman come and tell you say, yo, we're not obligated for the them thing your phone, ray, and then Cardi see him wanna cook for her husband. Brawling to. You see it on television and thing a cook for her, man. Just to show you all life said. You see it. Them just do these things because it's entertainment, but we're in an age now where technology is so frequent and the things them where those people who are in power, whoever control all of these media industries, them are push certain media in our face. And certain things that we need as soul food for grow and become better people, we now see that. So when you have the one person or the two person who actually are pre that type of way that the masses look upon them, have them as some madman or pre like something wrong with them, you get what I say? Yeah. Because when you grow up and you see them type of cat here now, woman use them body, woman do only funds and them thing, then I make like millions and not billions, but millions and a good amount, some $100,000, you see me? Good amount of money for only funds by selling them body and having sex and video and all of these things. Like, it make you feel as a woman say, yo, my body work everything. Like here in Jamaica, them have this thing where they must say, yo, good pussy girl, pussy great. You get me? I mean, I tell you as a man, we go through we fair share a woman. I'm not lie. We buck up on some girl with them have the glamity, them have the grip, them have the glow. We not go around the corners for true. But I just part of life, yo, like every woman have a vagina. Being realistic, you get me? I say? Yeah, and everybody style different. You get me? Everybody feel different. It comes down to you and where you used to. But there's no such thing as good pussy. There's no such thing as the best pussy. The mere fact say you think your pussy whole value and make you worthy of something, or your pussy makes you the prize. Unfortunately, it does not. I'm sorry to say, but it does not. You get me? In the words of the late Kevin Samuels, you're average at best. You see it. No say, oh, enough woman I got burn me out for that one here, but my love on the same way. You see it. But we bring realistic. What do you have to bring to the table? You get me? That's a conversation that comes up. And naturally, the conversation goes for men as well. You see, for men, we've always been required to state what we bring to the table. But it has never been a prerequisite for women, because women always held their traditional roles as builders and what do you call that now? Multipliers. So men will be the providers. We secure and provide and protect, while the women multiply, because that's what your essence is. You're a creator, you're a multiplier, hence why you have more creative juice than men. You get me now on headspace? You get me? Man more analytical, because we have a strategic and a plan how we're gonna go out there and get this right now. You see, when on a time a plan way in the future and all of them things that we want to know about right now in this moment, how we are going to secure the food we are doing right now. You get me? While women are the long-term planners, them are going to say, all right, we have to be creative with this, so the money there, how we are going to make this last, how we are going to make this stretch. You get what me I say? So the onus never really depend on woman for ask what them bring to the table. But with the whole modern mindset to come on this modern woman thing and women saying they're independent and them they need a man and all of that. You see, them just want, or if it is that them say them want a man, they don't need a man, but you know, them want a man to take care of them and be a father figure to them, not a partner, you know. If it was a partner, two women would have grow and build each other. But them want a man for be a father figure. Them a look for a man to take care of them and treat them like how a father treat him daughter. And if you can play the role in them look down upon you. So right, they say gonna cause a man now for ask what you have. You are require me to have a car, a house, a 6-figure paying job. And you none of that. So what you can offer me? What can you do for me? You want a fairy tale life, babe? You see me? But me ain't entitled to get a fairy tale life because I'm a man. You see it? So why me supposed to give you a fairy tale life? I want somebody who can build me to want somebody who can grow together. If I don't put my face, I can reach out to you, can drop a meal for my door. So I want to live both it too. I want them to them. Dark truth, but I could jump back in the right away.
We need to bring delayed gratification back just a little bit.
Let me give something that I think is really going to help a bunch of women in this particular space. Right now, most of our women don't know how to properly identify the difference between what I call a grown male and a man. Okay? If a grown male can look, he's wearing the uniform of a man, but still stuck in the emotional capacity of a boy, right? A grown male is a male who generally looks to be served. A man is a male who generally looks to be of service.
Yo, I swear, dog. But nah, like, I feel so them brother are sim for the woman them still, you know, like them a try put on a little face, might be dog of him wife when him reach home, him know say after him wife see the video, she a go run the buff upon him, fling the buff upon him from all angles, man, buff just a lick him left, right and center, him a try keep up and can't keep up your side. One of them Pree them get, but I understand, I overstand where G a come from for real, you know, cause watch ya. The G talk something logical, I get the concept, you see it. A man and a grown man or a grown male, I don't even remember the exact terminology, but basically someone who is a male but he's grown. He hasn't developed the psychological mindset of what it is to be a man, the responsibilities that come with being a man. You get what I say? If you're a man and you're in a committed relationship with somebody, that it come down to a committed relationship with somebody, and this is my point of view. You see it? You play the necessary role and do the necessary thing then. You get what I say? Once you're in a committed relationship with somebody. Cool? But if you're a male who's grown, you're not reach a psychological level, so you're not gonna really play them role. You look for somebody for bow down to you, you look for somebody for be a slave, when that's not what relationships are about. Submission does not mean servitude. They say the mix-up come from with enough man. Them have this patriarchal and misogynistic mindset for feel say, oh, woman have to bow down to me. No, your woman is your partner. You see it? You're supposed to respect her just as she for respect you. She should willingly give you respect because she sees you in that light as a man. You get what I say? If you're not play the role, then what you expect? You can't force somebody for it, yeah. And as enough man start abuse woman and use fear and beat the woman them and them thing, and that's wrong. You see it? You have some women who like it, don't get me wrong, but whether you like it or not, that's wrong. You have to put your hand on a woman. You get me? I say, but you just walk out the relationship and done. We don't understand things happen. You can't control everything, but as much as you can, try if you not do that. And I'm going to touch upon this shortly, because we're finish up here now. But you have some women where because the notion is a man should not hit a woman or put him hands on a woman, you actually have some women out there we have this mindset say, yo, they can abuse men because man not going to retaliate or not do nothing. You know what you want to do. if you really agree, so don't make a sad mistake, and everybody pray like how me pray. You have some man out the way, them not gonna ramp with you, unless you're the one who's the aggressor. And best believe me, once you're the aggressor, yeah man, them gonna knock out your lights or go to earth, yeah man, so that's what showing nowadays, yeah. But I could touch back quick and try to finish up massive, because I want to hear what them must say differently.
So,
Yes! That sounds like a man in balance with his masculine feminine energy.
Hey, we're gonna take a quick break. We got more straight talk, so stick around, folks.
Yeah man, that's still in a people, Jano. Yo, we have to finish it off differently, man, Jano, the real way. But when you hear how the woman talk a while ago in the green, she said, yeah man, that's a man there balanced with masculine and feminine energies, and she start giving him praise. It's like, at them thing the man them look for, you see it, like them just say them thing and forget the hype, you know? But yo, this is an interesting one, man, like, for our first bound, I couldn't know where it go. When you drop on the comments, if you have no questions or anything, when you ask, if you have no content, when you don't want to go something and do a little comment trip on and do it. Because what they do, yeah man, as we say, uncensored reasoning, so there's no limitations, we're fully out, fully active, one life and we just live large though. One flame, one voice, NegusThaGreat bun them. Yo, massive, until next time, mo out, bun it up.
Sweet 16, clap you with the sweet 16. NegusThaGreat, NegusThaGreat. Yo, top yard, one flame, you know the drama.